The little girl hid beneath the kitchen table the instant heavy footsteps echoed through the house. She wrapped both arms around her knees, silently counting to 10 because that was how she survived the last 3 years. Her exhausted mother stood between the hallway and the child, already preparing herself for another afternoon of shouting and pain. Then an unexpected knock came at the front door. Nobody imagined that the visitor waiting outside was one of the country's most respected billionaires. By the time he quietly stepped inside, a secret that had been hidden behind closed doors for years was finally about to come into the light, and one family's future would never be the same again. If you believe kindness is stronger than fear, compassion can change lives, and everyone deserves hope and a second chance, please like this video, leave a meaningful comment, share it with someone who needs encouragement today, and subscribe to our channel for more emotional stories that remind us what truly matters. 49-year-old billionaire Adrian Whitmore had built one of the nation's largest home construction companies from a single pickup truck and a borrowed toolbox. Although magazines celebrated his business success, Adrian rarely spoke about the childhood that shaped him. As a boy, he had grown up in a home filled with fear, where angry voices were more common than laughter. A caring neighbor had once helped his family find safety, and Adrian promised himself that if success ever came his way, he would spend it creating opportunities for families who desperately needed hope. Across town lived 34-year-old Charlotte Hayes and her 8-year-old daughter, Lucy. Charlotte had once been a confident elementary school teacher with dreams of opening a small reading center for children. Over time, however, years of intimidation, controlling behavior, and repeated abuse inside her home slowly stole her confidence. She carefully documented what was happening, quietly sought legal advice, and waited for the safest opportunity to leave while protecting Lucy. Lucy had become unusually quiet at school. She startled whenever classroom doors closed loudly and often drew pictures of houses with broken windows. Her teacher, Abigail Foster, gently noticed the changes and reported her concerns to the school's family support coordinator, who began working with Charlotte through trusted local support services. One warm afternoon, Adrian visited the community center his charitable foundation had recently renovated. The center offered tutoring, counseling, and emergency assistance for struggling families. While touring the building, he noticed Lucy sitting alone, carefully coloring a picture of a bright yellow house surrounded by flowers. The only thing missing from the drawing was a front door. Curious, Adrian asked why. Lucy softly replied that doors sometimes let scary people inside. The words stayed with him. The community center director quietly explained that professionals were already helping Charlotte develop a safe plan. Adrian immediately asked how his foundation could assist without interfering with the work of trained counselors and law enforcement. Over the following weeks, his foundation helped provide emergency housing, transportation, childcare, and legal assistance through organizations already experienced in supporting families escaping domestic violence. Adrian insisted that the professionals lead every decision because true help required careful planning rather than dramatic gestures. Then came the afternoon everything changed. With the necessary legal protections in place and support teams standing by, Charlotte quietly gathered a few treasured family photographs, Lucy's favorite stuffed rabbit, and a small box of memories she refused to leave behind. As she prepared to step outside, there was another knock at the door. Standing there was Adrian. Not surrounded by cameras. Not carrying publicity. Simply holding the keys to a fully furnished apartment donated through his housing program. He smiled gently and said they would not have to face the next chapter alone. Charlotte broke into tears. For the first time in years, they walked out the front door toward safety instead of fear. Life did not become perfect overnight. Healing rarely happens that way. Charlotte attended counseling, slowly rebuilt her confidence, and eventually returned to teaching. Lucy received specialized support that helped her understand she was never responsible for the pain she had witnessed. Little by little, the laughter that had disappeared from their home returned. Months later, Adrian invited Charlotte to help lead a literacy program at the very same community center where they had first met. She accepted, transforming one classroom into a welcoming reading space for children facing difficult circumstances. Lucy became known for greeting every new child with a warm smile. She remembered what it felt like to arrive frightened. She wanted no one else to feel alone. Years passed. The reading center expanded into several neighborhoods, helping thousands of children discover confidence through books and caring mentors. Adrian often visited quietly, never seeking recognition. One afternoon, he noticed a framed drawing hanging near the entrance. It showed a bright yellow house surrounded by flowers. This time, the front door stood wide open. Above it were carefully written words. "Home is where you finally feel safe." Adrian smiled. No business award he had ever received meant as much as that simple picture. Before this story comes to an end, we'd love to hear from you. What do you think is the greatest gift we can give someone rebuilding their life after hardship? Please leave a meaningful comment below because your words may encourage someone who needs hope today. As another warm afternoon sunlight filled the community garden outside the reading center, Charlotte watched Lucy laugh with friends while children carried books beneath blooming trees. Adrian quietly looked on, grateful that one small act of compassion had helped create a future filled with healing instead of fear. He realized that true wealth was never measured by mansions or bank accounts. It was measured by the number of lives lifted through kindness, dignity, and hope. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, leave a meaningful comment, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss another emotional journey. Remember, sometimes the bravest step is simply opening a door toward a better tomorrow, because hope often begins on the other side.